Hi, my name's Andrea West, and I'm doing my research on drama and its effect on students' attitudes and declarative memory of science content. So the problem that we have is that when learning science, teachers typically use direct instruction, and the students really aren't given any opportunity to do the work themselves, which can create a negative attitude and experience. The purpose of this study is to see if incorporating drama would improve students' attitudes towards science or if it enhances their memory. So it can impact the way that teachers plan science lessons. So my research questions were, will the integration of drama process in this lesson increase students' attitude, will it help them improve their declarative memory of science content? So some of my key terms are drama process, which is the use of drama concepts and skills to cause students to restructure content information. Attitude, which is an acquired internal situation that affects individuals' choices and activities regarding other people, events, and situations. Declarative memory is the recollection of facts and events, which allows for comparing and contrasting remembered material. And then direct instruction is the presentation of academic content to students by teachers, such as a lecture or demonstration. So the types of classroom drama that I am incorporating, a key term for that is pantomime. So pantomime is when you have gesturing that's done. It's basically like miming. You just don't talk for it, and you make gestures that resemble what it's referring to. And then readers theater is when readers use their voices to bring characters to life, unlike conventional theater. So there's no sets, costume props, or memorized lines. They're just reading it like it's a script and trying to visualize the action. So for my lit review, when it comes to drama in the classroom, excuse this cat meowing in the background. Burke, Wessels, and Micabella explored how drama can improve the ways in which science is understood in the everyday student. Dubon and Duskin aimed to identify the views of teachers' use of drama and how they thought it was effective. And then Hendricks, Eric, and Shannon investigated if inquiry-based science could enhance the integration of creative drama activities. And they wanted to figure out if there were differences in learning outcomes and attitudes when drama was integrated between control groups and grade levels. Then there's Hasim and Lugo, who investigated school and student level factors that are associated with student attitude. Next, we have Newell and et al., who investigated whether an activity-based, discovery-oriented program affected their attitude towards science. And lastly, Ceramic aimed to find out attitude levels of fourth grade towards science and examine them according to variables. Again, my research question is, will the integration of drama process in lessons increase students' attitudes towards science? And will the drama process help students improve their declarative memory of science content? The methodology of the study, it's an elementary school in Central Virginia, and it's K through 5, I was working with the first grade classroom. The classroom itself consisted of 20 students, and though there was 10 and 10 girls, 10 boys, 7 ESOL and 2 IEPs, but not all students participated in the study. I actually had a total of 16. So for my research design, it's mixed methods because I had students complete a little journal on the side, whether or not they liked the activities. It's 3 weeks long. It was based on the Great Outdoors module from their reading, which was covering science lesson SOL 1.7, so seasons and water cycle. And the drama pedagogy that I applied was pantomime, readers theater, and dance. For my data collection, I have student journals. There was one response per drama activity. This was typically a yes, I liked this, no, I didn't like this, I would like to do this again. Then they took the pre-test, post-test on the water cycle and the test of science-related attitudes, which was the survey that they took at the very beginning, at the very end of the research. Procedures, I sent out a consent form and a sent form. Week 1, I did the Torsa, pre-test, and the pantomime. Week 2, we did the readers theater. Week 3, we did the pre-test on the water cycle dance and journal entry, and then the post-test water cycle, and lastly, the Torsa post-test. For my findings, the Torsa pre-test had a mean of 26.56 or 88% and then sadly it decreased to 83.96%. So there was a decrease of 1.3 in overall attitude scores, and so I failed to reject the null hypothesis. For the water cycle scores, it went from a pre-test mean of 47% to a post-test mean of 72%, which I was very happy about. So the p-value turned out to be way lower than 0.05, so I got to reject the null hypothesis. Here are some visuals for you to see if the differences between the male and female and their averages of what they preferred here. It was very close. Pre-test wise, a lot of the males thought they wanted to be scientists, and then we're like, I'm not so sure about this. For the water cycle assessment, here in the blue is their pre-test scores, and then there's their post-test scores in red. And as you can see, for the most part, other than one student, there was increase in positive scores in all of these. So I believe that this research with the drama, it gave an additional means of active learning through the creative modeling approach. It had tools that promote understanding, and it wasn't emphasizing memorization when we did the song. With the dance, it was a song that had like precipitation, accumulation, and so the movements really helped them understand that concept. As I said, there was a slight decline in attitudes towards science for these students, but considering they're 7 years old, I think anything in their day could influence how they were going to answer the survey. Like if I gave out that post survey and they were thinking about if they were hungry, they weren't feeling well, it was sunny outside and they were thinking about playing, any of that could have changed how they answered the survey. So I think if it was conducted with higher grade levels, there could have been more significant results because they would have understood the questions more. These students can hardly read as it is, and they did their best, and I think they understood for the most part, but I would love to try this research again with an older grade level. And as I said, I had positive achievement results from the water assessment scores, so that shows how drama integration helps improve that. For my conclusion, the students were no longer spectators. They got to move from traditional seat-based desk environment and be engaged with their learning. It was pretty difficult to come up with some drama activities that could be used while we were doing this 6-foot and then 3-foot distancing. Thankfully, this was something we could do because with the Readers Theater, we were just standing apart. They were at their own desk. Same with the pantomime. They were acting out which season it was by shooting a basketball. They're swimming and stuff like that, and they would guess what it was. And then for the song and dance, that was all at our desks, and we watched a video to do that. So this gave them ways to make it personal and meaningful to them. They got to think about, like, what season is this? What do I like to do during this season? What activity can I show the rest of the class? So I think drama challenges students to open their minds, use their bodies and brains in different ways. They get to explore different worlds through scripts and characters. Like when we did our Readers Theater, one of them was the tree, one was the sun, one was the wind. And then through that, so they tell stories in lots of different ways. You can learn about science and drama through a narrative. It could be a biography. It doesn't matter what the story is, drama can always be integrated into it. Here are my references, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.